Hey.
Are we live?
I believe so.
Did we make this thing work correctly this time? I hope so. We were sitting here in like the background of it, and yeah, I didn't push go live from the back end.
Oopsies.
I'm like sitting here at the waiting screen, like jamming out to the song, and I'm like, how come it's not showing anything like going on at all? Like I don't even see the ticker. I see nothing. What's going on? Yeah, right over my head. Every week, guys, every week. It's the same old song and dance with some sort of something going on with me not figuring out technology. But one of these days, Alice, one of these days.
It's going pretty good, though.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean,
hope
from what
so.
it looks like.
Yep, so I'm going to, is this?
I got it on.
Perfect,
yep,
perfect. Before we even start, man, coming hard with a super chat, Miss Lila Newton, thank you so much, sweetie.
Thank
we
you,
appreciate it. She says, I miss all of you very much with a Christmas tree, a snowman, and a green heart.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you
We
so much, Miss
appreciate that.
Lila. We miss you too. I hope that you're having a very good, happy Christmas holiday, and you had a great Thanksgiving, and we're happy that you're with us tonight.
Yeah.
So let's go in here and say hello to all of our friends and family. Miss Linda Hauser, hello, hello. Let's Trade Paint. Hi, Sean and Kelly. Good to see you guys. Trisha Marriott, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Crazy John, good to see you in here tonight, sir. Very, very good to have
How's
you.
it going?
Miss Brenda, it's all Grady. What's going on, Denise and Marcel?
Hey.
Brenda, what's going on? Stay warm and cozy. It's starting to get cold at night and in the evening time. Yes, it is.
Yes and no.
I'm cold.
Well, so like yesterday or last night, right? I mean, it got down to 31 or like 28 or something like that in the day before, but tonight they're calling for like 38. So it's supposed to get warmer.
It is. Next week is
next,
actually
like,
getting
little
warmer,
bit.
which is crazy for December, right? But yes,
Yes.
in our area, it is going to start picking up, and it won't be as bad. I mean, it's still going to be chilly, but it's not cold.
It's supposed to get warmer and warmer each and every day.
It's kind of reminding me of a Vegas Christmas.
It is, and I'm like,
know.
what in the heck? It's calling for like, I think later on in the week to where like the nights is like 48.
That's a
or
Vegas
something
Christmas.
like that. I'm like, what in the man, dude? Like,
Hello, Auntie Ann. Good to see you in here. And Miss Kathleen McGinley. Hello, ladies. Good to have you guys. Mike Birch. Good to see you in here, sir. And Gypsy Trails, Mr. Randall Grunlin. Hello, hello, sir.
what's going on?
McAllister Homestead. Hello. Good to see everybody. I had to scroll. I'm sorry. I see Nope. I see Lonely Hitchhiker Kent. I see you guys.
Hey.
I do, however, have to scroll to the bottom. So I'm not trying to ignore you guys, but anything put up before then. As I'm scrolling, I see a super chat from Gypsy Trails. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Gary, you have a tangler from your nose, clear as day. Do you really? Is he? No, those are just nose hairs. He's got blonde nose hairs.
The light might be picking that up.
Hey.
I might need a nose trimmer.
Does this
thingy,
mean that
one
the
of those
camera
zappers.
is that good? Are we that clear tonight, guys?
That's a little crazy.
It's a little crazy. You can see the bat in the cave. But thank you for the super chat.
Thank you. Come on, what?
No, don't be all self-conscious. You look good to me, baby. You look good to me, honey. It's all good.
That was fun.
No,
Oh,
Tiny.
man.
No. Position 1. We're not doing this again. Position 1. We're not playing your game, Tiny. Position 1.
Tiny, position 1.
Hi, Tiny. Come on. We're not playing
I
this
ain't
game.
even blinking.
It's not even blinking. Hi, Tiny. Blink at me. Come on. Is it following me?
Yes, it is following you.
No.
Hi, Tiny. Position 1. It blinked.
We're not trying to do this again. I need to set it up to where it's like it won't. I wonder if I can do that through this. Now this is interesting. Go to console. Let me see. Haha. I got the power, Tiny. I'm figuring you out. I didn't even have to say it this time. Okay, now we're not going to scroll off. We're going to go down for the comment section. My bad, guys. Ridge Life, what's going on, Mr. Tim? Good to see you in here. He says,
going on?
who is ready for Framley Christmas out Mac Magazine State Park Lodge? This girl and this guy. We're going to have us a good time. Happy to see you guys and Miss Jen here really soon.
Yes, that's going to be a good time.
It'll be a very, very good time to see you guys. I'm actually very much looking forward to it, to having some more quality family time. This time of year is just so wonderful. All the food and the family and the friends and the laughs and the good times and the memories made and everything. It's The most wonderful time of the year.
Yes.
O'Rourke's Little Field says, I would love it if it only got to you 40 at the lowest.
Oh, yeah.
I actually like the cold weather. I don't think it's bad. I put on long johns, you know, I'm wearing some long johns. And
you can always add more clothes if you get, you know, too cold.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You can only take so much off without going to jail, you know what I mean?
No. In the summertime, oh man. But
let me get to some of these more, and thank you again for the super chat. He says, gotcha. Yeah, no bat in the cave.
thank you.
Just a much better camera this time around. Let's trade paint. Sean says, give me the remote. I've got the power today. I have the power. I'm learning how to use this. And yes, it is voice activated, but it also, there's like this little widget on the side of my screen that I can actually control some of it too if I wanted to. I wonder if I took off the zone tracking right here, if that would like make it.
Probably.
But I'm kind of afraid to mess with too many things because it'll go
we're
haywire
live.
and
Not.
hijack the
Let's
live.
not.
I'll mess with that later. But Ruth Brown, hi Mel and Gary from Florida, and it's 57 here. You guys are amazing, great teamwork. Thank you, Ruth Brown.
Thank you.
And that's actually very nice weather in Florida.
Yeah.
Alaska's Last Frontier Homestead. Hi, Simple Life Reclaimed.
What's going on, man?
Very good to see you. And Gary Warlow says, hi, both of you. I finally made a live.
Hey.
Welcome,
How's it
welcome.
going?
Yeah, welcome to the Squirrel and Hyena Show. Maggie says, Tiny is paying you back for covering him up at night. Maggie, I don't just cover this guy up. I tell him to go to sleep, and then I unplug it from the USB, so it's not even connected to anything. So, no good ideas.
No.
No, I don't want to end up on some nefarious websites or anything, and I know Gary doesn't want to either.
No.
It wouldn't be our best look. Paul Honeyman, I don't like this time of year. I'm the Grinch. Well, call me Cindy Lou Who. We'll turn that frown right upside down, make you smile again.
Right.
It's a good time of year. Michigan life above the 45th parallel. Y'all are doing so much fantastic progress, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope that you, Clarissa, and Shizzle are doing very well tonight. Before we get started on some of our stuff, I wanted to let everybody know that Michigan Life Above the 45th, they are so close to their watch hours now, guys. We've been so close. So if you guys haven't gone over to their channel and checked them out, they have a homestead in Michigan above the 45th parallel. And they're sharing their life with you guys. Yeah. And they're super duper close, good friends of ours. Although they're not in Arkansas, they're still part of our family, our distance family. And we would appreciate it if you guys went over there, gave them a look, checked out their channel if you like it. You know, subscribe, help them out with those watch hours. Definitely helps out a lot.
Yes.
Gary is still covered by the chat on the TV. Oh, I see. Scoot over, baby. When people are watching the live chat on the TV, the chat probably is like somewhere over here. I don't want to get Tiny any ideas. So the chat's probably over there. Watch your legs, though. You don't want to have no.
Hey, I'm in shorts. All right, you guys. It might be cold outside, but it's nice in here.
Flying sensor bars.
Hey, all right, we're not back in the 60s, all right, with those short shorts, all right.
Who wears short shorts?
I don't know. When were they shorter, in the 60s or the 80s? Like, I mean,
I don't know. They were both pretty short.
They were both pretty dang short.
The
Where
guys
it was like, what in the world are those?
Like,
are those tidy whities? Not like.
I could look back on some of those old pictures. The guys had the really short shorts, and the women had the really big hair.
No.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna scroll real quick. I had to catch up, guys. You know how I do. I'm trying to pay attention to the comment section more, because this is why we're here. We're here so we can chat with you guys and hang out with you guys, and obviously provide you guys with an hour long of, you know, the best entertainment ever, sir. But we also want to chat with you guys, and we do have a pretty good topic to chat with you guys about today. So we titled this one Progress and Plans, and we would love to share our progress and our plans with you guys.
Yep.
To those that have been catching up with us on our side channel, Real Talk with SLR, you guys might be filled in a little bit more than everybody else.
Maybe.
But we're going to try to
A little
catch
bit.
everybody else up too.
Even though, you know, the Real Talk that we put out today, I actually filmed it yesterday.
Exactly.
But Melanie was so stuck inside the Matrix,
I was going
editing
to
and everything else, that, you know, she didn't really get any time to put that one out.
I didn't get time to post it, so I don't.
But hey, it worked out because we were able to, you know, work a little bit more today and be able to have more progress done and everything. Mm-hmm. Which we're happy to report that here soon.
Yes. And Steve Ledford says, "Good evening, folks. I loved the Gary show this morning on Real Talk. It was very entertaining."
Thank you, thank you.
Gary is so cute. You know what the best part of the Real Talk was for me? This was the mic drop moment, Gary.
I can't make the heart.
Y'all know what I'm talking about?
I can't. It's hard to do this when you're holding a camera and I'm like, how am I supposed to, on my face? I don't know. Maybe.
He's so cute. They felt the love, and I felt the love you were pouring out on them when I was getting it out on the internet. So he's so cute, guys. But yeah, that actually was recorded yesterday. We didn't record a Real Talk today because I was like, well, I got that one in the bag, and we wanted to get like right on it and get to work. So that we did. We actually got a lot done, and we worked ourselves out of materials.
Yeah, well, not really.
For the stage
out of the
we're
material.
in.
For the stage that we're in, I was hoping that I had more of this one material than what we had.
You could tell him.
So
You ain't. No, I saw you giving me the side eye like.
no, I know.
No, go ahead,
Hey,
go
man,
ahead,
I'm
go
just
ahead,
triple
go
checking.
ahead. It's all
What
good.
time are we at? Here, I'm gonna give it
We're
a little
only
bit. Catch up
13
on
minutes
your
in.
comments, and
We're only
I'll
13 minutes in.
catch up on your comments, and
It's
then I'll
exciting.
catch you guys up.
It's very
on that.
exciting, guys. O'Rourke's
All
Little
right.
Field
I don't want to
says-
give too much. I will catch you guys up.
O'Rourke's Little Field is saying that the 80s had the shorter shorts.
The 80s had the
The
shorter
80s
shorts.
had the shorter shorts for the men.
I don't know, man. I've seen some of the the old yearbooks or whatever that my parents had and whatnot. And man, those shorts in those schools, man, I don't know.
Yeah, how'd they get away with that? We would
I
have been
don't know.
sent home so quick.
Like that length, oh whoa.
yeah. Oh,
Don't
see?
do that.
That's the zoom. That's the zoom I was
Oh.
talking about. See?
How do I zoom out?
Go back in. Go
back.
I don't know. See? I told you it zoom. Remember last live chat we were like, zoom in. Tiny zoom out. Tiny.
Hit the preset.
Zoom out.
There we go.
Thank you. Thank
Ding,
you.
ding.
Hey,
I gotta
always-
stop talking with
We
my
talk with our
hands.
Wait.
I can't.
What is it, babe? What is it, babe?
No.
What is it?
No. All right.
Pizzazz.
We're gonna get back on these comments. These people want to
will.
know what
They
we've
wanna
done.
know. We're
And
letting them
catch
down.
up on these comments.
Quit screwing around. Get back to work.
Exactly.
Gypsy Trails. Just turn on Michigan Life tonight videos when going to sleep. Let's get them past that payday line. Go Vikings. Down with the Lions. Hashtag from Gypsy Trails. Thank you for the super chat. And yes, that is very helpful.
Thank you.
If you guys want to catch up and actually watch their videos too,
Yes.
guys, because they got really good videos. But when we are trying to help somebody with like gaining their monetization hours and stuff, it's always a great idea to run the playlist because it helps them.
Yep.
Every minute counts. And yeah, you can watch the same video multiple times too. If you find one that you really like and thought was really good entertainment, watch it again.
Yeah.
Instant replay. Okay. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
All right, catch us up.
The shame. Neil S. Position 1. Yes, position 1. The shame. Okay. MC says, "Oh man, my favorite couple." Thank you.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you. And then Ridge Life, "We are here." Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Wilkerson, "What's up, Mel and Gary?" Or Gary and Mel. Hey.
What's going on?
Yeah, good to see everybody in here tonight. Every single one of you guys. We could not do... Our YouTube journey would not be the same without you. And we could not do this without you guys. You guys make it very fun. You guys crack us up all out in the comment section. You guys share your stories and your experiences with us of things that you've learned and lived through in your life. And we read it all and we take it all and we really appreciate it all. And that's what continues to help motivate us to continue to share our life and our experiences with you guys.
No.
So I guess we can, little bit backtrack on the 2 videos that we've posted so far in this week. How about them windows, eh? We got windows.
I'm
To
still
the
happy
window,
about that.
to the wall, to the wall.
I'm still happy about the fact that those windows are done and in. It makes me super, super happy because then now it makes it to a point where other steps can be done, sort of like, trim work aspects. I didn't want to do the trim work on the windows down in the basement until I got to this point. So now it's at a point where it's like, hey, I can do trim boards and everything else, and then I can prep up for the rain screen and other stuff. And yeah, there's a lot to it.
Lots of stuff and things.
A lot of stuff and things, but
not always stuff and things.
That's not what we've been working on or
Just
anything
stuff
else
and
like that. So
If you know
other
what I
than
mean.
putting the windows in. You're on one tonight.
To the
Missy.
windows, to the walls, to the walls. I'm just in a really good mood. Just everything.
I'm in a good mood too.
I'm just in a. This is
It's,
Mel on a good mood.
We got a lot accomplished today.
High on
I'm
life,
really
you know
I'm
what I
really
mean?
really happy about that. So I guess I can get back to that, right?
Yeah. So I was saying the videos that we posted this week. We got all the windows and stuff installed, and then we did have some kind of misfortune happen with our rabbits. So as you guys know that we had rabbits and our mama was due.
No.
And on the day they didn't make it.
No.
And we're going to try again. We're going to wait a week and then we're going to try again. I thank you guys all for the condolences. This isn't our first rodeo with rabbits though. We have raised them in Arizona.
And it's unfortunate, but it's one of those things that tend to happen the very first time for bunnies and everything else like that. It's a lot of stress.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just think about it. When they're giving birth and everything
My
else.
first time was very stressful.
I'm just saying, the first time is always like the most like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like, and she made a really great bed for the bunnies and everything else. Like, I had hay in there. She made a really good hairball and everything else like that. And when I found them and everything, all of that was pushed aside and they were on the bottom.
And she wasn't in there.
And I was like, man, you had a really good bed in there, like, and everything else, and it just didn't go the way, like, I was like, this might actually be the first time that we were able to
have a first-time mama
and everything else like that, and it didn't go that way.
Every time that we've bred rabbits in the past, either the mamas will eat them, or what just happened right now will happen, where they just basically lay them and then they abandon them, and that's essentially what happened. She laid them and then abandoned them.
Yep.
And so they didn't make it, and it sucks. She did have a really great nest, but she didn't do her job. She didn't cover them. She didn't,
This next time around, we're gonna move her from that area and get her over in the other area.
We'll put her in the grow out pen area and her
bigger
nesting box and all that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that sucked and that happened.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about it forever because it does suck, but it is something that happened this week, which was very unfortunate. Along with that, though, we were able to, if you guys missed out on the videos, then go back and rewatch them. But essentially, we were able to move the rabbit pens and stuff around, and we ended up building us a brand new shed.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that I'm happier than happy about that layout because of the future plans with the garden tier.
Mm-hmm.
And it also, where the shed is, it's really becoming more of a wind block for the bunnies and everything. And now with how the bunnies are situated and everything, it's really going to be a lot warmer in that area.
It is. It's going to be a lot warmer for them. The north wind is blocked now, and then thinking about in the future seasons, there's going to have a lot of shade. There's one other thing that Gary and I would like to build in the future too. If you remember this past summer, we had kind of like those pop-up shades over their cages to keep that super hot summer sun from beating down on their metal roof and roasting them out. We also put some fans in there, and we did everything we could, and it worked out. But it was definitely a struggle and daily maintenance to make sure that they made it through summer. So sometime in the springtime, Gary and I are going to be making like a permanent covering, so we don't have to be putting up those pop-up tent shade things.
No.
We don't have it all figured out. We're still in the talking phase of it, but now that those two cages are facing each other, it would be really nice to have another roof over that, so that way that roof takes the beating of the summer sun, and then their setup is nice for all seasons.
Correct.
So that's what we're hoping for, but.
And then it will all be, centralized right there, and it'll be really nice.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
David is getting more goats. Will you get any? Asked Jim.
So.
Funny you ask.
But
babe.
I've actually turned down Melanie and the kids because there was some goats down at Tractor Supply when we were down over there grabbing some stuff and whatnot. And of course they were hounding me. They were like, but. I'm like,
but
no,
it's so cute,
we do not have no fencing or anything else up there. Once the infrastructure is there, go crazy. Go for it.
But so many people don't even have that, and they just let their goats just wander around, and they eat all the stuff, and Gary's all, no. I said they could live in the horse trailer. No. No goats for me.
No. So, but not yet, all right? That is actually in plans for next springtime. I would like to have the garden going really, really good, as well as I would like to get the other animals in the springtime, because one, it's no more winter, and we can have everything sort of finalized before winter hits again. So
SLR, is Big Bird behind Gary? Actually, yes, Big Bird is hanging out behind Gary.
Yeah, there is.
You guys want to know? We're gonna squirrel off really quick. Do you guys want to know why I have Big Bird behind Gary? I'll let you guys take a guess. Why is Big Bird, and has nothing to do with our children, why is Big Bird hanging out with Gary and Mal tonight?
Hey, buddy.
Remember me?
I remember. Do you remember?
Of course I remember. Of course I remember. You guys want to hear a cute story? We're going to squirrel off really quick, and then we're going to get back to business. Okay.
That was a long time ago.
This was a really long time ago.
Before we even had kids, and before me and you even got married.
This is like when Gary and I were dating at the time, and we took like a little couples vacation. We had only been dating, I think, for like 4 months or something, and
I think it was only for like 2 months.
It was short. It was like in
the
very beginning phase. We had already been friends for a long time, but this is like right when we started dating. Gary and I and a couple of friends, we lived in Vegas at the time, but we had decided we were going to take a little vacation weekend getaway trip to California. No. And we were going to go to Knott's Berry Farm, and we were going to go to Huntington Beach, and we were just going to go have a good weekend as friends, and then come back.
That was a crazy weekend.
That was a crazy weekend. So anyway, we went to Knott's Berry Farm, and you know how they have like those little carnival things, like throw the ball, win a prize kind of a thing. Well, Gary's like flirting with me and trying to be a little Mr. Hotshot, and he's like, I'm going to get you this prize. I'm all, okay, I'll see you get me that prize. First throw, knocked them all down. And he's like, all right, do you want a bigger or something? I'm all, sure, go for it. So he throws it again, knocked them all down. And then he did it a third time, and that's how we got Big Bird. And so Big Bird is...
big prize that was sitting there waiting and everything. She's like, I really want Big Bird.
I want Big Bird.
You got to do it one more time, and you can get it. Okay.
He did.
Got them all.
So this Big Bird is older than our kids and older than our marriage. And so Big Bird remains. Thank you for letting me walk down memory lane with you guys. But yeah, Big Bird hangs out. Big Bird hangs out. And he's just going to poke his head out, okay? We'll just have him stick his...
I'm surprised that thing survived as long as it has. The
it's
dogs have gotten into it and everything else, and we normally have them sitting up on the bookshelf.
Yeah, but we got some pretty paintings up there right now. It's special to me. It's, it's one of those... I don't know.
I won't forget that moment.
I won't either. I was all, yeah. Anyway, Gypsy Trail says, just an idea. I had underground hutches for years. They produced very well. Just my 2 cents, and I know Gary researches. Underground hutches probably wouldn't be a bad idea, although we get so much rain out here, they would probably drown to death.
The issue
Unless we did like a really, really good job of making sure water doesn't get in there. I mean,
we could. There's downsides on having rabbits on the ground. I mean, you can always have them like that. I mean, that's how naturally they are, right? But when you're hunting rabbit, you don't hunt them within certain temperatures and in certain time frames because they're going to have worms.
Yeah, and parasites.
Well, you get the worms and the parasites from the ground. So it's one of those things that if you're going to be raising them and you're eating them for meat, don't let them touch the ground.
Yeah, that's true.
Do not let them touch the ground.
I guess it depends on the utility of which you're raising your rabbits.
Correct. So, and at that point, you can have rabbits all year round because there is none. So, I mean, it's one of those catch-22s with it, and you want them to roam, right? But you don't want them to roam because rabbits are very lean. They don't have a lot of fat. So if you keep them more in a confined area, then they're going to have more fat. So it's very weird. Rabbits are very, do a lot of research with it. It's very interesting and crazy, to be quite honest.
I will say with the rabbits, too, some people, they're animal lovers, and I'm also an animal lover. And we had a couple of comments that were like, oh, I feel so bad for those rabbits. Their whole life is in that cage. And that's not entirely their whole life.
No.
Like, yes, they do spend a lot of time in that cage, but they do get it taken out and play with the kids, and we pet them and we play with them and stuff. And it's not like they're just in there and that's what they're forgotten about. But you got to remember too, though, they're livestock.
Correct.
It's not a pet little bunny foo-foo. It's livestock.
It isn't a pet. It's livestock.
They're there for breeding and meat production
Two
purposes.
Complete different things there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not a pet. My dog's a pet.
Yeah. I'm sorry if that hurts your guys' feelings, but
no.
I mean, c'est la vie.
No.
Back to reality. Yeah, that's right, Glenda. Back to reality. Gypsy Trails, man, I didn't even think about your rainfall. Yeah, and you know what? That's something that maybe we wouldn't have had considered, but we're approaching our rainy season. And as you guys know, it rains, and it rains good out here. I mean, the drifter didn't go down because it doesn't rain. So
it gets pretty crazy out here, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, Mark Robinson, thank you so much. He says just because of the big bird thing. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Very sweet of you.
I appreciate that.
I really appreciate that, guys. Oh, we're down to share any other kind of stories. What do you guys want to know? What you want to know?
We're at 7:29 right now. At least that's what my clock is saying.
Lupe.
So I think
real quick though, before we scroll off. Because Lupe Trujillo says, first gift from Gary. Pretty much, yes. That was my first gift from Gary when we were dating. You had taken me for dinner and you had done other things, but physical gift, I think that was.
I know I've bought you flowers before, and I'm pretty positive I bought you a couple of necklace ring type things.
Not
or
at that
whatever.
point. Flowers and stuff, definitely. And candy and things like that. But at that point, no. We barely had just started dating.
Yeah.
That was in the very, very beginning. And I can't keep the flowers.
No, I know.
I'm
just trying to think. Yeah, I think that was the actual first thing other than flowers.
I think so too.
I didn't even really think about that.
Thanks for the reminder.
Such a long time ago.
Okay, I'll shut up now and you go ahead and talk. Because I can be overwhelming. My bad.
I just feel like you don't want the people to know. You told me that you want the people to know, but you're dragging them.
No, I'm not trying to drag anybody. Go ahead, let it out.
I'm dragging them now.
Go ahead, do your thing. I'm not trying to drag them. I'm just going squirrel. My brain is ping ponging around. I'm not trying to.
I'm having a good time. I'm sorry.
Me too. I'm not trying to drag you guys along. I swear, my brain works in mysterious ways.
So today and yesterday. We were working on the Playhouse, and a lot of progress has happened, a lot, to a point where I am at the point of Advantech boards.
Flooring!
And putting that in. Well, let me back up here.
Back that thing up. Use a big bomb. Won't you back that thing up? All right, Big Daddy.
Man, so we had, the whole catastrophe on 4th of July. And I'm
Oh yeah,
sitting
who
there.
remembers that?
Who remembers
Who remembers
situation, right?
the very first Freedom Weekend?
I will never forget it. I was up there. It was
No,
2
wait.
feet in front of me.
That wasn't the first. That was the second.
And they're like, oh yeah, I stopped cutting them and trying to cut out like 16-inch or increments, you know, so that way I could use the boards if need be or whatever later on or anything else, any other projects. And yeah, I was like, oh, there's some mighty big holes in that wood right there. I gotta shave that down. I forgot about that. And it brought back a lot of memories, right? And I'm looking at it and I'm like, literally I'm off by like a foot. And it's not gonna hit a joist at all. So I'm like, dang it. Well, I'm like, I got these pieces thankfully, so I can use all of them. Like, they're still really good and good sections of them. Just one section, and particularly like this, that isn't good out of a full 4x8 sheet. So I cut it down, get it all good to go, and I need one more full sheet to finish off the flooring area. And then I can do the deck and everything else.
Just one more piece, guys. One more piece.
And yeah, so I got to go to town tomorrow and pick up the order that came in, which is the
Ice and water shields.
And there was a lot of people. I've said it like 5 times, but we keep getting the same question about the ice and water shield.
Real quick, pause.
Huh.
Before you go on a whole nother subject, I want to thank Gypsy Trails again for sending us yet another super chat.
Thank you,
man.
buddy.
You're really funding the operation around here. You're the MVP.
Thank you.
We love you, man. You're the best. And he says, my auntie used to hide a Big Bird under the bed to make sure I wouldn't get out of bed when she babysat me because I was scared of it.
That's funny. That's funny. I mean, yeah, it'd be a little...
You know who I think is, and I'm just going to squirrel really quick, you know who I think is the really underrated Sesame Street character? That, like, none of this new generations even remember or know about?
Who?
Grover. Grover was my favorite. I loved Grover. He was my favorite, and he's very underrated.
I knew a Grover.
You did? Mm-hmm. Was it the Grover?
He was cool. He was a cool Grover.
He was a cool Grover? Grover was my favorite. Yeah. Anyway, and the Snuffleupagus. That's just because it was fun to say. Snuffleupagus. Anyway, sorry, squirrel. Go back to Advanced Tech Talk. Or no, you had moved on to Ice and Water Shield.
Ice and Water Shield.
Sorry, guys. I'm here for the squirrely entertainment.
So, I mean, anytime we comment or say anything about Ice and Water Shield, we get a few comments of like, there's so many different types of it. You make sure that you get this one. We got the high temperature Ice and Water Shield. So the exposure rating on it is rated for 120 days.
Yes.
So it's the Gracie Ice and Water Shield HT or whatever, and it's the high temperature one because we're using a metal roof, or we're gonna get a metal roof.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be hot under there.
It's gonna be hot.
Yeah. This Arkansas sun don't play.
No, it don't.
And for more information on the product and stuff, we will be vlogging and whatnot. So you guys are going to see it on upcoming videos. We'll make sure to either include it on Simple Life or on Real Talk. I'm not sure. Yep. But it'll be out there, and we'll be installing it shortly. But we do have some things that we've got to tidy up with the Playhouse before we start changing our attention on that. Oh, and something else cool happened, but I guess maybe we'll save that for tomorrow's Real Talk, because it does involve the ice and water shields and reasonings why, and you know what I'm talking about. Another phone call I got. For the ice and water, look at him look at me all crazy. Gary, why are we not installing the ice and water shield on Friday? Because you're picking it up tomorrow on Thursday. There was a reason that we discussed why we were not just putting in the ice and water shield. I'll just let him be confused.
I'm so confused right now. I'm like, wait a second. We've talked about it, I don't know, a few different things. Oh! Yeah, no. Yeah. Okay. That makes more sense. I'm sorry. Jeez, man. I'm like, what are you talking about?
We'll talk about that on
You only said it once to me, all right? And in the middle of work day and everything, while I'm in the middle working.
That's what I get for not nagging. If I say
my bad, all right. He's like, my bad.
Hey, I'm not hating because I'm the same way.
All right, I'm just saying. I was like, I don't know. What are you talking? We've talked so much about everything else. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
We'll show you
Now
guys
that makes-
the ice
okay.
and water shield later, and we'll talk to you guys about all that stuff later. We are not going to be installing it immediately. I don't want to burst your guys' bubble. We should be getting it tomorrow, but there's a reason why we're not just going to install it on Friday. We're probably going to be like a week or 10 days or so later.
We're going to be getting a storm this weekend, but it's not supposed to snow or anything else. All you guys in northern of us and whatnot is probably going to be getting some snow, but temperature-wise, it's not looking like it for out here.
Yeah.
So we're going to be pretty dry from what I'm looking at on the weather and everything else. And next week is supposed to be pretty warm. And yeah, like pushing 50s at night. So it's gonna be interesting. So if we can wait the longer term wise without the ice and water on there and without having ice or water up there per se, like yeah, we can do that, and then it'll just make it to where that's the start date. You know?
Yes, and that will be the date, and it will work out very well. And then we will be ready for all the storms that can come our way, and we can start working on some other things because the house will be dried and protected. Like, I'm very excited that we got doors and windows on this sucker, man. That's a long time coming. There was a lot of flapping in all directions.
Yep.
And now everything is nice and tight.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a cuddly Texan, Mel, with the constant 90s music references. Ayy. I can't help it. Like, song lyrics just run through my brain. It's like a continual, it's kind of exhausting sometimes, to be honest with you. It's very exhausting because the way that my brain connects lines and dots and stuff, like I just have a lot of just cultural references just like in my brain, whether it be from music or TV shows or just whatever. Somebody will say something and then I will remember something from something else, and my brain is constantly making those connections, which again can be very exhausting sometimes.
It's like yesterday when I was strolling to try to find a family movie real quick or whatever. I seen Good Burger 2. I was all, what? They made a second one?
He's a dude. She's a dude. Because we're all dudes.
The first one was definitely way better.
Yeah,
Definitely
I mean, that's how it is with everything,
better,
right? Like,
but
they never make it right on the sequels.
I was happy, though, to see the original cast in there and everything, so.
Keenan and Kel, anybody? Who likes orange soda?
You know how much freaking orange soda sales freaking raised because of Keenan and Kel?
Is it true?
I'm just saying.
I do.
That might be why Drew likes orange soda. I'm just saying.
That is probably why Drew likes orange soda.
I'm wondering about that now. Drew, you're in here. I know you
Drew,
are.
Is that why you like orange soda? Is it true? Okay, building with Keith and Mickey. Good to see you guys in here tonight. And then It's All Grady, Denise and Marcel, they were wondering how the venison burgers turned out.
Man, dude, like the kids don't even like you could have told them that it was just hamburgers and that was it, and didn't even tell them that it was venison, and they wouldn't have any idea like, at all, because even me, I was like, this doesn't taste like anything. And I mean, even the time before when I had it with David, dude, like, it's so like mind-boggling to me that the game taste is not there at all. And it's because of the way that David showed me on how to, process it and everything else. So I'm stoked about that. I'm just saying. Just saying.
I know. Well, no, you probably had the best teacher with David when it comes to doing that, because he was telling me that his parents, like, they've been eating nothing but venison and like wild game for 20 years or something. So he's learned all the different techniques and everything. You couldn't have had a better teacher.
No.
Come on with it. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro. Michigan life above the 45th. Me too, Mel. Always have stuff from the past and say a lot of the same things you do. It's so hilarious. I can't help it, guys. My brain works in mysterious ways. Those that get me, get me. Those that don't get me, hate me, and that's okay. Both are valid. It's fine. It's fine. It's not going to change. Can't change it if I tried. And then Paul is joking around, and he said, where'd it go? It just went away. Where'd it go? It was funny. I was going to read it. That wasn't it. Although, yes, there is a light bulb. You could see one, like, behind my head right now, but that wasn't it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Paul says, Mel says her brain is very tiring. She's high from the fumes of Gary's caulking used on all the windows.
Hey, man.
No.
I don't want to make sure that there ain't going to be a leak, all right?
This guy needs to get good sleep at night. We have a lot of work to do.
Man.
And thinking of mold and water creeping in on our building would keep him tossing and turning, and we don't need him tossing and turning.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Mark Robinson, y'all need to learn how to say y'all. I'm not saying y'all right. Or is it because we say you guys all the time? We can't help it. We say what we say. But y'all.
We Westerners, all right?
Say y'all. Gary, say it.
Y'all.
Y'all. Is that right? That's right.
I'm just thinking of Rush Hour. I think it's Rush. No, it wasn't Rush Hour. It was Shanghai Nights, I think.
Y'all.
Yeah. Y'all. No, y'all. Huh? Y'all. Y'all. Oh, that was funny. Anybody else Jackie Chan fans? No?
Oh yeah, Gary.
A huge Jackie
Gary's
Chan
huge
fan.
Jackie Chan fan. Huge Jackie Chan fan.
He's very, like, honestly, like...
Very nimble.
Well, no, like, out of, like, the action movies and everything else like that, he's very family-oriented in the sense of, like, for movie-wise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of them are very...
Let's, thank you, Randall, for the reminder. He says, let's wish Auntie Anne and Paul Honeyman a big old birthday. Well, happy birthday.
Happy
Today's your special
birthday.
day. Happy birthday. Howdy,
Howdy
hey,
do.
hey.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Happy birthday!
Love you guys. Thank you for the
Thank you
super
guys
chat.
so much.
If you guys have any questions or
everything.
anything for us specifically, like to catch my attention, because my brain does work the way that it works, put it in all caps because it makes it a little bit easier for me to see it. Cuddly Texan, why do you stop at the same point on Get Low? Sing that next line for us. If you want to see that next line get sung, we did make a short about it, so go check it out. It was in like the R&B version. To the window, to the wall. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. This PG, all right? You got to go to the shorts, reels for all the other stuff. Pass on my happy birthday, Genki, to Red 81 Camaro. Happy birthday to everyone today. My first time in the chat. Love your channel. I always look forward to your videos, says Black Rain. Well, welcome. Welcome. We're always happy to have new folks joining us. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, and you like joining all this craziness for whatever reason, make sure to hit that subscribe and the thumbs up button, guys. It really helps out the channel.
Yes.
And welcome. So, Gypsy Trails, happy birthday, Auntie Anne and Uncle Paul Honeyman. Yes, happy birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday.
MJ Casados, does anyone ever can their deer meat? Had some for dinner tonight, delicious. I have never. This was our first deer that we've ever gotten, and
yep. I've had deer before, and I've had elk before. Elk was really gamey, and the deer was a little gamey too, but this is the first time that I've had deer in a very, very long time, and it was the one that I processed and everything, and it was good. Not gamey at all. Like, I can't tell the difference between beef and beef, or beef and venison off of that. Like, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It tastes like beef. All right. Like, we had sloppy joes today. Did you use that meat? Or no? The venison meat or no?
No, I used regular ground beef for the sloppy joes.
You can use venison for that.
I know I can, but I wanted to save it for something better than sloppy joes.
All right. I'm just saying though, like that's how I don't know. All right, that's what I'm saying.
Tonight was one of those jiffy meals, when you're tired and you gotta feed the herd and you got like 30 minutes.
I had no idea whether or not she used it or not.
Yeah, sloppy joes.
So, Yeah, it's good.
So we did want to talk with you guys because y'all, we squirrel off so much. We will go the gauntlet with y'all with different variety of topics and conversation. So if you guys haven't caught up yet, the Playhouse now is ready for us to go to the store. We're going to be picking up the Advantech for the flooring. We talked to you guys about like the shed and the rabbits and different things going on. But we haven't really talked to you guys about too much of what we're thinking. We know that we got 3 weeks, right? And we're at the middle of week 1. And I think for the middle of week 1, our status report is looking pretty darn good.
Technically, we got 1 week or 2 weeks left now.
Yeah.
Right? Or no?
Well, no, because
no,
Christmas...
Okay, no,
yeah.
I was looking at the calendar wrong. My bad. My bad.
Yeah.
That light is right there. Trying to make excuses.
That's all right, baby.
Whatever.
It passes.
Christmas is way down there, man.
It passes.
Dang. I
No,
can't
Christmas
believe
is
that.
way down there.
All
So
right.
we're halfway through week 1, and I'd say that the progress on the progress list is getting checked off really quickly, which makes me feel really good and takes a lot of the stress load off. Although I just want to get it done as soon as possible, so that way we're sitting waiting pretty, and it's not Christmas Eve, and we're out there freezing like how we've done in years past.
Man, the year that we bought the trampoline, that was the worst Christmas for me and setup for the kids ever. Like, ever. And I've set up so many trampolines. And, of course, we're in Arizona, and it's windier than windy. And
I think
it was
snowed
like,
that night.
it was snowing,
Yeah.
yes. And I was just like, dying out there trying to stretch the stupid freaking springs and get them on there. I couldn't feel my hands. I was sitting there just like, I'm dying out here right now. And it took me like literally all night and didn't get done until like almost 12 o'clock at night.
You weren't doing it alone.
No, I know. You
I
were
was
doing
there.
it too, but I'm speaking for you, all right? That was
Okay.
horrible, all right? That
You speak it.
sucked.
I will say it was pretty darn cold. It did kind of suck, but I don't...
But when the kids woke up and they seen it and
It was
it even had
so
snow
worth
on
it.
it, they were
So
like, I'm
worth
going out
it.
there.
So worth it. Like their faces, like every second of it was worth it.
Yes.
So yeah, it did suck, but no, worth it. The payoff.
Worth it. The payoff
The
was worth
payoff
it.
was
But man,
fantastic.
I don't like those Christmases. I'm just saying.
Red 81 Camaro, I really enjoyed your pun. She said they said that it would be sloppy doughs.
Sloppy Joe.
It would have been
I like
sloppy
that.
doughs.
I like that.
I like your pun.
I like that.
I catch what you're throwing. I approve. I approve this message. Don't be a bum and hit that thumb, says David Moffat. Yes, guys. Oh, true story. I figured out who was the person that I stole that from. So I don't know if, like I said, I don't remember if it was in our chat or if it was in It's All Grady's live chat a couple weeks ago when I stole that and I started saying it. I actually got it from Sean over at Let's Trade Paint. He had commented it. And I said that day, I'm like, ooh, that's good. I'm going to steal it. But then I forgot who I stole it from. And I've been saying, and I've been trying to track it down. Well, the Bloodhound got the track down. And yeah, so thanks again, Sean, with Let's Trade Paint. I appreciate it.
Yes.
And then he was telling me, he's like, well, I stole it from somebody else. I'm like, oh, it's just a stolen train thing.
I'm trying to find out who said it. Who said the original time?
I don't know. That's a job
That would
for
be a hard one.
Vilma and Shaggy. Gary, where did you learn your exceptional skills to build such a fantastic build, says Black Rain. What a compliment.
Thank you for
off.
that. Yes,
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. I mean, honestly, I'm just picking this up. It's not something that I was taught. It's not something that I, learned per se, but I mean, I guess I learned it. I learned it good. Learning about it, but very attentive to detail, and what I would say a lot of it came down to is the work that I had to do with the zip lines.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely gave me a lot more open-mindedness as well as having more common sense. The common sense is not really so common, as well as, it's wisdom, I guess, now. But yeah, no, it's a lot of common sense and, being competent. and whatnot. And not many people out there are competent. It's, they're good people, but it doesn't make them competent. Like, you have to be able to read exactly what's going on. And it is difficult to understand building technical terms and everything else like that. But if you have a hard time with any word, you always just, Google it. What does this word mean? Okay. And then it's like, oh, okay, now I understand. And now I know that little paragraph a little bit better. And then you end up finding more and I'll just sit there and I'll research and whatnot. But definitely attention to detail and a lot of research. And because of that, and me being OCD and wanting to do it right 100% as much as I can.
0.36.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I'm neurotic that way, and it helps. It helps a lot. I mean, I can't say any of that or anything else other than that, because like I said, I've never done anything like this before in my life.
And you're doing a fantastic job, might I add.
Nope.
You make it look easy. And I guess if you guys want to take any of the stuff that we're doing and make it apply to your personal life, and if you have a dream of going out into the wilderness and building your own house and kind of starting over in a way, doing something like what we're doing, maybe your dream is kind of like ours, but everyone's
maybe
gonna
it's
have
a dream that's completely different.
Completely different. Everyone's
Completely
gonna have
different.
their own kind of like flavor and switch on this, right? Where I was gonna go is, as I was gonna say, it's the very first thing to try to do is to be debt free, or at least minimize everything to the lowest of the lowest of the low. So that way you can have a little bit more freedom. Second thing would be to never give up on yourself. And if you don't know something, don't be afraid to ask and use the amazing tool that is at our disposal, something that none of our generations before us have ever had. The thing in your hand. The thing right here. We have the entire world's worth
tablets,
of brains and information at our fingertips.
And that might also be a big thing too. I remember my parents having how-to books
Yes.
in the house and whatnot. And if I needed to learn how to do something, I could grab a book and look at it and be
Yes.
and read it and be like, oh, that's how you do it? Okay. Take the book with you and do what you're doing and be like, oh, I just taught myself how to do that by reading a book.
And Gary's not really like a book reader for
No.
like entertainment. He is a book reader for gaining knowledge.
No.
That's the only time when you're ever going to see him reading is manuals.
I like manuals and instructions. It's hard for me to say that, but yes.
And then he watches somebody, like he'll try to look up and see how somebody else maybe did it, and then he'll try to apply that to his life and his practical day-to-day and turn it around and make it work for him. And that's kind of what he does. And then I kind of follow suit with Gary and do the same kind of thing because he's teaching me. So that's how we do it. And what I was going to say is if you could take anything from our channel at all, besides just the laughs and entertainment and the good vibes and stuff, I hope that our message is loud and clear that if we can do it and if we can have a dream this big and make it into a reality, why not you?
No.
Why not? Like, really, why not? And whatever excuse that you can throw out there, I mean, there are, look, the only exception I have is with certain of our subscribers have informed us about physical limitations, right? Or ailments that they may have or age because they're at their later years or whatever.
But it has nothing to do...
But you can still be a part of it. You can still be, right now, you guys are a part of it. You guys are a part of encouraging us and
that
everything.
has nothing to do with the aspects of, the message I think that you're trying to throw out there. I mean, it could be anything at all that you want to achieve. Anything.
Yes.
If you put that goal out there, you might as well go out and achieve it. And you might as well dream big.
Yeah, bigger.
Why not
even
dream
bigger,
big?
Even
you
bigger.
are literally only alive once. That's it. I mean, once you're gone, that's
at least here
that's
on
it.
Earth.
At least here on Earth.
At
as far as
least here on
we
Earth.
all know per se,
Right.
and everything else like that. So I mean, why not make the most of your life and try to live like nobody else?
Yes.
And try to achieve those higher goals. It might be rough at first. Trust me, it was rougher than rough to get us to this point.
And so a lot of the times people are afraid of failure, and they're afraid of what other people think, and they're afraid of, putting in the effort and not getting any payback or result.
I'm guilty of all of those things right there.
And so am I. So am I. But we're overcoming day by day, and the only way that you overcome those things is by just doing it. Just do it. Just careless, reckless abandon, and just do it in the best, most positive way possible.
You will really learn something if you fail at it, because you're going to know how not to do it.
And that is probably one of the best teachers ever, because you can hear people telling you things, you can see things go wrong in other people's life or whatever, but till it happens to you, you know, at least that's how we learn from the School of Hard Knocks. So that's how we always learned. But I will say, guys, I just want to, I hope that we are encouraging to you in your life. I hope that when you guys watch us, that not only do you get to laugh a lot, maybe you get entertained by what we're doing, but also in somehow, some way, we are encouraging you in your life to go after whatever it is that you dream of, and to continue to dream even bigger than you even think possible. Right. And when you get there, when you start getting little nuggets of your dream, spread it around.
No.
Encourage somebody else. Reach around and try to help the next person up, and keep that going, because the world needs a whole lot more of that.
Yes.
Help each other out.
No.
Okay, I'm going to get off of my soapbox. I just felt inspired to share that message right now. Somebody watching this really needed to hear that. No. I don't know who you are, but somebody needed that.
No.
And I was happy to give that. I was happy to be the vessel for that. Mel, do a video on how to do YouTube. I would, but I will tell you this much.
There's a lot of YouTube videos out there.
Well, and it's kind of like, I mean, I could and I would, but the thing is with doing YouTube, and when you're doing YouTube as, you know, as fun, but also as a job, like how Gary and I are doing it as our job now, right? Yeah. With YouTube, the actual platform, you get punished if you go outside of your norm, of your genre or something, so to speak. And what I mean by that is if, like, our channel is following our life, and our channel is following us building our house and building our homestead and, like, whatever's kind of going on in our life, if all of a sudden I made a tech video about, like, me making videos and stuff, first off, that video is going to bomb on views. It's not going to get very many views. And then that's going to screw, like, the next 4 videos that I post after that, to where they're not going to get pushed out by the almighty YouTube algorithm. And so it would not be beneficial for me to do that at this point. But no. I could possibly do something like that on Real Talk, because Real Talk, anything goes.
Yeah. Pretty much.
You know, so I'm open to discussing it with you guys. Like, email me, and I'm happy to show you some stuff that I've seen. And
yeah, it all really just depends on what you're trying to get out of YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, in a sense.
If you mean editing, there's so many facets to YouTube.
There's so much to it. I mean, if you're doing it just for a hobby, it's a hobby, you know. But if you're actually doing it as a business, you have to treat it as such.
You do. And like, I wouldn't, I do have to, because it is my job at this point in life. It has turned into my job. And I mean that, and it's amazing. I think it's the best job in the world. We get to work with many different companies. We get to learn about different products and services. But there are things that come along with that. You know what I mean? So, yep. It's all good, guys. But I would love to. I would love to help you guys in any kind of way. If you are, starting out and you're trying to learn or anything, send me an email. I'll point you in the right direction on things that helped me, and open book. I did just get the notification, though, that MT Homestead is going live, so I can't believe it, guys. We blabbered on and on this whole time. It went by so fast.
So let's do a love raid over to MT Homestead.
Yeah, tell Mike and Terry love raid, from SLR.
I wonder if there's a cheek heart.
Oh, there is. You know what you could do?
Heart, cheek, what?
Just put the face, like the emoji face, where it's all like the open mouth one, right? And then do like the letter D, because that'll be like a D with the face.
I guess, right?
Like, I don't know. I just made that up.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Oh!
I don't know about that one, babe.
Don't do it.
I don't know about that one.
Bad idea.
I'm like,
don't do it. That's bad. Don't do it. They'd be like, SLR sent that. No, bad idea.
I don't know about all that one.
Just throw up some green hearts and say love. Just do that. Just do that. That was a bad idea. I did not think that one through. Terrible. Okay, we're gonna go.
We're ending this one.
We gotta go.
We hope you guys have a good one.
We'll catch you on the next one tomorrow morning on Real Talk with SLR, and hopefully here on Simple Life I'll have something up for you guys by Friday. So see you guys tomorrow bright and squirrely in the morning on Real Talk with SLR. Until then, love y'all. Bye guys.
Later.
I can't believe I told them to do that. How terrible.